Hello whizzes. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is understanding neurons, the building blocks of the nervous system. Neurons are specialized cells in the nervous system that play a crucial role in transmitting and processing information within the body. They are the fundamental building blocks of the nervous system and are responsible for the communication and coordination of various physiological and cognitive processes. To understand neurons in detail, let's break down their structure and function. Structure of neurons. Neurons have a unique structure that allows them to transmit electrical and chemical signals efficiently. The main components of a typical neuron include cell body, soma. This is the central part of the neuron and contains the nucleus, which houses the genetic information of the cell. It is responsible for maintaining the cell's metabolic functions. Dendrites, these are branched extensions that protrude from the cell body. Dendrites receive incoming signals from other neurons or sensory receptors. They contain receptors and can have numerous branching points to receive signals from multiple sources. Axon, the axon is a long, slender projection that extends from the cell body. It conducts electrical impulses, known as action potentials, away from the cell body toward other neurons, muscles, or glands. Axon hillock, this is the region where the axon connects to the cell body. It is critical for initiating the action potential. Myelin sheath, in some neurons, the axon is surrounded by a fatty insulating substance called myelin, which speeds up the transmission of electrical signals. Gaps in the myelin sheath are called nodes of Ranvier. Axon terminals, synaptic terminals. At the end of the axon, there are small, bulbous structures called axon terminals. These terminals contain synaptic vesicles filled with neurotransmitters, which are released into synapses to transmit signals to other neurons. Neuronal function. Neurons function primarily to transmit and process information through electrical and chemical signals. Here's how the process works. Resting potential. When a neuron is at rest, there is a voltage difference across its cell membrane, known as the resting membrane potential. This is maintained by the unequal distribution of ions, with more sodium, Na+, outside the cell and more potassium, K+, inside. Action potential. When a neuron receives a strong enough stimulus, typically at the axon hillock, it can depolarize, causing a rapid change in membrane potential known as an action potential. This electrical signal travels along the axon, initiated by the opening and closing of voltage-gated ion channels. Propagation. The action potential travels down the axon, jumping from one node of Ranvier to the next in myelinated neurons. This process is called saltatory conduction and significantly speeds up signal transmission. Synaptic transmission. When the action potential reaches the axon terminals, it triggers the release of neurotransmitters into the synapse, which is the tiny gap between the sending neuron's axon terminal and the receiving neuron's dendrites. Neurotransmitters bind to receptors on the dendrites of the receiving neuron, either exciting or inhibiting it. Integration. Neurons integrate incoming signals from multiple dendrites, deciding whether to generate their own action potential based on the summation of excitatory and inhibitory inputs. Information transfer. This process of action potential generation and synaptic transmission allows neurons to pass information from one neuron to another, or from neurons to muscles or glands, enabling a wide range of physiological and cognitive functions. Types of neurons. There are several types of neurons with different shapes and functions. Some common types include sensory neurons, transmit sensory information from sensory organs, example, skin, eyes, ears, to the central nervous system. Interneurons, found in the central nervous system, these neurons facilitate communication between sensory and motor neurons and are involved in complex information processing. Understanding the structure and function of neurons is essential to grasp the complexities of the nervous system and how it regulates various bodily functions and cognitive processes. Neurons are the building blocks that allow us to think, move, feel, and interact with our environment. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.